Find the area bounded by the curves y equals x squared, y equals 3 minus x, and y equals 0. The curve y equals 0 is more commonly known as the y-axis. So we're not going to really worry too much about that because this here is y equals 0. It's not the y-axis, it's the x-axis. And I drew the other curves here. We have y equals 3 minus x. We have y equals x squared. And the general form when finding the area between curves is given down here where we find the integral from a to b, which is where the curves meet, or if we have some other endpoints given, it's going to be the upper function minus the lower function, dx, of course. So we can start right here. The first thing we want to do is find the endpoints. So to find the endpoints, we set the curves equal to each other. So we have x squared equals 3 minus x. And what we're going to do is we're going to get everything together to solve, to get down to x, get an expression, a quadratic expression equal to 0. This can't be factored. We're going to have to use the quadratic formula. And hopefully you remember that, and if you don't, I'll write it again. X equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So what that is going to give us then for our particular function is, let me just get the general formula out of the way. There we go. It's completing the square, not completing the square, the quadratic formula. And what that's going to give us is that x equals negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 times 1 times negative 3 all over 2 times 1. So we're going to end up with negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 13 all divided by 2. And if you put that into your calculator, you're going to get the approximate endpoints, negative 2.3 and 1.3. Don't forget the plus and the minus of square root of 13. And where these all came from, here a is 1, b is 1, and c is negative 3. So we put all that together, and that's what we get for our endpoints. So we can go ahead and find the area of our curve, which is this blue area here in between. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the integral from negative 2.3 to 1.3 of the upper function, which is 3 minus x, minus the lower function, which is x squared, dx. We can use the general power rule for integrals to integrate each of these terms in the polynomial, and we end up with 3x minus 1/2 x squared minus 1/3 x cubed, and this is going to be evaluated at 1.3 and negative 2.3. And when you put all of these terms into your calculator, what you're going to get, actually before I do that, let me just sort of spell this out a little bit. Just move this up, move that down, make that a bit smaller, give ourselves a little bit more room. And so what this is going to be is 3 times 1.3 minus 1/2 times 1.3 squared minus 1/3 times 1.3 cubed. And all of that is going to be added up, and then we're going to subtract 3 times negative 2.3 minus 1/2 times negative 2.3 squared minus 1/3 times negative 2.3 cubed. And yes, we fit it all in there. Whew. And if you manage to get that all into your calculator correctly, what you're going to end up with is an area of approximately 7.812. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.